Hello, this is Vince here from Shoutcaststrategy.com, bringing you my very first tournament replay. This was a tournament that I live casted at the time, but unfortunately I can't just post the live cast since my computer is not that good and the quality was just not acceptable to me. So here I am recasting this game, and this is Bobster, a random player, versus Dramen, a Terran player. Now these guys are battling out for the 3rd and 4th place match. I thought I would do 3rd and 4th place match casting before I move on to casting the finals, and then I'll move back and cast some games that were either exciting or I found interesting, or it depends on what else I'm doing. Maybe I'm not going to be able to make it back to those games, but I thought I wanted to at least get the 3rd and 4th place match on YouTube and also the finals match on YouTube. Both of these games were best of 3, so the loser here does not get 4th place and the winner get 3rd place. So we will see what kind of build they go. As you can see from the exploded extractor, Bobster did do the dual extractor trick as a starting move for Zerg, and I am very surprised to see Dramen not walling off with that first supply depot against a Zerg player. He does not know it's Zerg yet because he is indeed against a random player, but I would imagine once this SCV makes its way up into and sees the creep that he would proceed to wall off, and it looks like he is, because if we go down here you can tell that this barracks is now building. Now, Dramen is probably a little bit disappointed at spawning as Zerg and in these close positions. I know most Zerg players favor expanding more so that they can take this entire side of the map as long as their opponent either spawns here or here. It'll be interesting to see if Dramen goes for mech play or goes for a more standard bio ball against Dramen, against Bobster. And as you can see, so far everything's very standard. We should see this transit being built into an orbital command very shortly. Yep, perfect timing on that. As soon as that the barracks is finished and the SCV is done, he transforms that into an orbital command. Spawning pool just now finishing, so I'm sure we will see some Zerglings popping out along with another Overlord, and maybe a Queen once he gets up to 150. Does he get that Queen out now? Yes, there it is. And a little bit of, I like this a lot. Dramen moved his SCV over here to prevent any expansion, but as you can tell from the minerals, there is no expansion going on, and oh man, that SCV is doing a great job at juking that drone. Still trying to deny this expansion. This is just not happening, so I think this is a nice trick by Bobster at this point, showing that he, trying to show that he might be expanding, but actually isn't. Here comes the second drone, and we'll probably be able to get this SCV now, yes. So he's probably happy with himself that he denied this expansion so long. However, as you can tell from the minerals of Bobster, he had no intention of doing that. Now Dramen does have a very solid wall off with a factory and barracks. However, there might be a little bit of a gap there, so we'll tell. Yes, there is. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunker go there. There is a tech lab going up for the barracks and a Marauder coming out, so I don't think he'll be swapping that with the factory. Looks like he's just going to do a Marine Marauder and tank build, maybe go into Medivacs and just do a more standard ball. And for now, Dramen, Bobster, I need to stop confusing these players, coming out with his Queen, second extractor. He should be building some form of tech, whether it be a Baneling nest, a Roach Warren, or a Spire. I'd kind of surprised to see him only on the spawning pool right now. And speaking of that, I will switch to the production tab to make sure I am not missing anything. Helion's coming out for Dramen, so very effective against Zerg, especially if he gets that pre-infernal igniter. That is the, yes, I'm sorry, it's the Infernal Pre-Igniter, not the Pre-Infernal Igniter, I think that's what I said. Anyways, more and more Speedlings coming out, always a necessity against the Terran player. Spawning more larvae, has 2 Queens out to deal with any early Banshee. Bobster complaining about a little bit of lag there. His connection wasn't the best, so hopefully that won't affect this gameplay. Pretty interesting mix from Dramen right now. A couple Marines, Marauder, Hellion, not more Marauders. We will see if he starts throwing down a reactor or a tech lab, and nope, just straight into the medevacs. One basing with just one starport cranking out medevacs without a reactor is perfectly fine. He may swap this out, and in fact, I just realized that he rearranged his building so there does not appear to be a gap here anymore. That's always a good plan so that he's not as susceptible to a Baneling bust. However, Bobster is still not going any secondary tech, just happy to keep his drone count up, and here this drone should tell me, a Spire. Always good old faithful against Terran, can keep them, can abuse their immobilization if they go for siege tanks, but as you can see right now, Dramen is going for a heavy bio ball with backup from Hellions, which is a idea I like, but I really think you should get that Infernal Pre-Igniter upgrade, as that does do a lot against Zerg. Is going for an early command center because he probably thinks that an expansion is going up here, but this Marine just notices it going up now. I believe he's in just the perfect sight range. Yes, he is. So he now knows that expansion is just going up. And knows that he's actually ahead of the Zerg in terms of expansions. That's actually a very good position to be in as Terran. Bobster doing a very good job at spreading his creep. Look at all those creep tumors right here. Going to start spitting them all across and just keep extending that creep. I really like that by Bobster. The Spire is almost finished, and you can see he is saving up minerals and gas so he can crank out some Mutalisks very quickly. Always very effective. And he once this hatchery, is done building, he will see that Marine standing there scouting out. I'm surprised to see this Marine just standing there and it not pulled back. This Marine's not going to provide any more useful information, and as soon as this pops up, he will get sight and will probably get eliminated very quickly by all these speedlings. You can see that he is now indeed actually getting the Infernal Pre-Igniter. One Viking out, he should go out and start sniping some of these weak overlords out since he does have it, but it looks like he is just kind of chilling with it. It is also a good defense against Mutalisks, as they do have the long range and can outrange the Mutalisks and kind of draw them back into your Marines, which is going to be the thing that actually can take care of the Mutalisks. Dramen did upgrade this to an orbital command before transferring, and this SCV is actually returning the minerals to that orbital command. I find that actually kind of humorous, and now it is moving out. He should have eliminated this wall off before moving that out, though this is actually very dangerous and is going to be very susceptible to these Mutalisks coming in. I did get the Mink statue on my highlight as well, so we will just follow these Mutalisks around, and they see the expansion here, nice and weak, nice free target, but he sees the units coming out, so he pops back here, kills 1, 2, maybe 3, nope, gets distracted by that Viking. This is what I'm talking about. The Viking draws them back into the Marines. It's actually, one Viking's actually very good at stopping a group of Mutalisks. We can see a Hydralisk Den is now going up for Bobster. So, I like that move. Hydralisks are almost the base of your army as Zerg, even though they are a tier 2 unit. Getting the range upgrade on Hydralisk, probably the second most important upgrade in the game, next to the Thermal Lances. And here comes the Mutalisks for a second round of harassment, seeing what they can see, seeing what they can do. Sees a weak supply depot, so he starts attacking that. But now there are 2 Vikings, will fend off these Mutalisks because they can outrange the Mutalisks and draw them back to the Marines. Dramen's getting good mining here. However, I really don't like, I guess this one supply depot does let units pass back and forth, but I think that wall off creates more problems, helps choke your own units. You don't really need that wall off anymore now that you should be set since you have an expansion up. And here comes back these Mutalisks to try to see what harassment they can do. They needed to kill that guy building the missile turret, but that SCV gets to live and fight another day, except that they're going to see the supply depot, and the Mutalisks are not going to be happy about that. Maybe. Nope. Mutalisks are just kind of sitting there. This SCV probably needs extra plating to support his massive balls, because I know if I saw Mutalisks hanging over the other area, I would have not finished building that supply depot. Neither did he, and he died. Paid the price. Anyways, still scouting around with these Mutalisks, attacking weak supply depots. This is almost the reason you don't want to spread out your supply depots as Terran. Taking out the SCVs on gas, a very excellent idea, as now Dramen has to remember to put SCVs back on the gas, causing all of his SCVs to get pulled off the minerals as this Viking comes over here, and will be able to fend off. Look at all these Mutalisks scared of this one lone Viking. Really, they're scared of the Marines in the background. Now, one thing I would like to see from Bobster is Baneling Nest, since these Mutalisks force the Terran to go much heavier on the Marines than he may want to, and Banelings eat Marines for breakfast. And then they stuff themselves so much they explode. At least, I think that's what happens. Anyway, Bobster's still doing a very good job at spreading this creep. This is a huge advantage towards him. He may even be taking this expansion here soon, shortly, just trying to really dominate his opponent economically. But Dramen is doing well on his 2 bases. Only one guy mining this gas for now. Could be producing SCVs out of here. He is producing SCVs out of his main, at least. Looks like he's a little oversaturated here compared to here. Should transfer some of those SCVs and get the most use out of them. And it looks like we got Mutalisks harassing again. And this poor SCV is going to die, but this Thor and these Marines will quickly chase those Mutalisks off. Now, Bobster's getting a very massive, scary-looking force here, and if he were to push now, I think he would win the game. However, just fine standing back, relaxing, keeps harassing his opponent, trying to keep him off his game, kill SCVs where he can. I think this is too many Vikings now. The Vikings aren't that effective against Mutalisks, and you really just need them to, as you saw earlier in the game, how effective just one Viking is against Mutalisks. Now the creep is spreading very, very far here. A beautiful scan going down. This is always a good idea if you do not have a Raven, is to scan so you can start destroying some of these creep tumors as you push out. Now these Mutalisks are just chilling right here, and they're going to run away because of the Vikings. And I was really surprised to see Bobster not take advantage of all these units on the creep and sending his Zerglings in and then his Hydralisks to help clean up afterwards. But just playing passively. With Dramen getting bold and moving up here. Shooting these Mutalisks far away, that hatchery cancels, but here we come with the large force in the back surrounding these Thors, doing massive damage to them. The force realizing it needs to turn around, but he's going to lose both Thors as this unit snuck up from behind, and there are so many Hydralisks here that these Marines and Marauders don't stand a chance. These Vikings just standing there looking at the massive destruction below them, and they are now going to explode into a million pieces. I don't think that Dramen will be able to hold off this amount of Hydralisks. It does not look like he will be able to. Tries to stem, just not enough. That Viking also getting destroyed. The missile towers going down. Going to push into the expansion of Dramen, taking out this and all of the SCVs here. Should take them off as they try to come over. And yes, there they disintegrate. Few make it though to tell their friends that they need to prepare. Tank just coming out. No siege mode though, so it wasn't going to be that effective anyway. Slowly marching his way up into the base along the small narrow tube, destroying the factory. Dramen GG'ing since he is pretty much mined out. He has no chance left in this game. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I will be bringing you more from my tournament as the days come. Thank you for watching.